Well, there's no better sound in the world, is there?
Yes, there is.
And the bagpipe. And let me tell you, we are joined by one of the stars of New South Wales Southern Highlands, a man who loves bagpipes more than any other instrument. It is, of course, the legendary Australian rocker, Jimmy Barnes, everyone.
Jimmy Barnes!
Jimmy?
You just came past my bagpipe teacher. I'm learning at the moment. Yeah, I'm learning at the
Why
moment.
are you learning the bagpipes?
I was learning when I was about 10, and my parents split up, so I stopped. But that's my bagpipe teacher there on the right, Chris.
Really?
So I got a set of bagpipes for Christmas. I think it's one of the Jane regrets buying
Well,
me
I was going to say, how is Jane coping with that? Because normally that's a 10-year-old in the house.
She's been good. She's been good, but she's going, okay, enough now.
How many hours a day are you spending on it?
No, I practice on a chanter, which is a bit quieter. And I've also got an electric one. And now digital age. But when I get the bagpipes out, it really creates a racket.
All right.
Yeah.
The dogs run, and the birds fly out of the trees.
It's so lovely to have you here, but this is your backyard.
This
What
is
is
my
it about
backyard.
the Southern Highlands that you love so much?
I hate to say it, but I like the weather. I like the seasons. I like the seasons. You get here, and you get beautiful autumns. You get cold winters. I'm a Scotsman, so the Highlands are great. It gets hot in the summer. It's just it's a good place to live. You know you're alive.
Yeah.
When you got up this morning, didn't you?
And there's a real Scottish kind of community here, isn't it?
There's a Scottish community. Actually, on the weekend, we had Brigadoon at Bundanon, which is like the Highland Games, and there was 20,000 Scots out there, and I was the chief.
Were you?
Yeah, it was great. And
What does that involve?
And you lead the bands, you march out with the bands, and we judged Bonnie babies, and we presented prizes to the strong men.
Look at you!
It was great. It was awesome.
What's happened to you?
I know. I used to remember this time this week when I go to bed. How that happened, yeah?
Now you're judging baby competition.
Well, I didn't judge it. My wife did.
You've changed,
I
Jimmy
was,
Barnes.
I was just there going, give it to all of them. Give it to all of you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
Well, the truth is you're a granddad now.
I'm a grandfather.
Very
Yeah.
proudly so.
Absolutely.
And you've got a new venture.
One of my grandsons, Dylan. That's Rosetta. But the little guy in the middle with the red hair, Dylan. When he was born in September a couple of years ago, right? He's 2.5. My wife, he looks like a Scotsman, right? My wife used to try and speak Scottish to him. And she'd say, "Oh, Akaya the New," and all that. And I'm a bit deaf. So I thought she called him a GNU. So I started calling him a GNU, and I'd make stories up and tell stories about being a GNU. So, and I wrote them down, and I showed them to my mates in the Wiggles, and they thought it was really good. So we actually went into went into their studios, and we recorded an album, and we did a series of poems and a book, and so it's basically stories for the kids. I make them up anyway, but
Speaking of stories, I mean, your tour, Working Class Boy, where you're telling that there it is.
Look, that's me. That's me when I was a kid.
I hated it.
This tour of yours just keeps on keeping on. You've added more shows. You've got a few more to go. Melbourne this week, I think.
Yeah, we got Melbourne this week, Geelong and Sale somewhere down that way. But we're sort of going around a second time because the reaction was so good to it. It's been incredible.
I'll tell you how phenomenal the action is. Billy, my 19-year-old daughter, came home a couple of months ago. She'd gone to see you in Canberra.
Right.
She came through the door and she said, "Mum, have you ever heard of this guy, Jimmy Barnes?" And I sort of laughed, and she said, "I went to see his show. I was in floods of tears. He is the most incredible storyteller I've ever heard."
We get a lot of people crying. The thing is with this book, I mean, I lived a bit of an extreme childhood, but there's so many people in this country who can relate to parts of, or they know people who've been through similar stories. So it sort of touched a bit of a nerve, which is good because I think there's a few subjects in the book like domestic violence and stuff, poverty, that we have to talk about in this country.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's happening.
Abandonment.
That must have been crushing for Pete to hear from Billy that Jimmy's a better storyteller.
No.
Oh, no.
Pete's a big
He'll kill
fan
me.
of Jimmy's
Yeah, no,
as
we're
well,
mates.
so
We're
it's all good. All
mates.
good.
And you got another book.
And he's bigger than me. He's killed
Yes, he's bigger than everyone.
everyone.
You got another book you're working on.
But I'm about 2/3 of the way through the follow-up for Working Class Boy, which I'll probably tentatively titled Working Class Man.
You come up with that on your own.
And Neil Finn got
You have a committee.
that should be out by the end of the year. So it's been about a busy year. And the Highlands, once again, it's one of those great places. I sit by the river, the rain comes down, and I sit and write. So
You're a very natural writer too.
I try and write the way I speak, and and that's because I want it to be sort of storytelling. I can only do what I do. So.
Yeah, and
Jimmy,
we love what you do.
What's your favourite Chisel song?
Oh, you can't ask him that.
You know what? It changed from night to night, but there's a song called "Letter to Alan," which is a song about two mates of mine who dear friends of ours who died in a truck crash, and it's just a really emotional, tough, classic Cold Chisel Don Walker song.
Yeah.
Every night I sing that. I think that's probably my favourite.
Which song gets the biggest reaction when you're on
Trees.
tour?
Flame
K-Sam.
Trees, Flame Trees, K-Sam, without
Still,
doubt.
yeah.
I mean, this Working Class Boy tour, I finished the set with Flame Trees, and people break down and cry.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
I've been lucky to have some good songs.
You've got some good songs.
You did it on our show a few
that's
on
right.
the back of the boat. That slowed
That's
down
right, that's
version.
right,
Man,
that's right, it's
oh,
beautiful, yeah.
beautiful.
Lovely to see you, Jimmy.
Nice to
Take
be
care.
here. I'm sorry you guys had to sit out in the Highlands and in the cold weather.
Oh, we're
this
not
is
complaining.
beautiful.
It's perfect.
Beautiful.
Straight
So
after
good.
this, we're going to an open log fire. We're just
You're
going
right, all right.
Yeah.
Next show we'll do in Scotland, all right?
Yeah.
Like
Round of
just like
applause
this in
for
the
Jimmy
summer.
Barnes, kids.